You've probably noticed our world is in the midst of an online digital revolution. The internet has changed so much how we communicate, do business, buy things, and now it's changing how we pay for things. There's a new digital currency called Bitcoin. It's transforming financial transactions today the same way credit cards did years ago. Everyone with an eye on the future is talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin opens an incredible window of opportunity for investors, especially when you get in early, as so many successful startups did during the dot-com revolution. Bitvest is perfectly poised to profit from the rollout of Bitcoin. This video will show you why you should jump on the Bitcoin bandwagon, just as Overstock.com and Tiger Direct already have, and Amazon, eBay, and PayPal soon will.
Mining for Bitcoin proving to be a profitable hobby for one family man in Valparaiso, Indiana. Steve Bitvest is one of an unknown number of Bitcoin miners around the world who wield computers, not picks and shovels, in the race to mine digital gold. When the lights go on in the Bitvest household, it's time to rise and shine.
There's some more eggs. You can have eggs if you want.
And mine for Bitcoin. Is there a reason it's better in the basement as opposed to up on the main floors?
It's less of a nuisance to the family because it's very loud.
31-year-old Steve Bitvest first heard of Bitcoin 2 years ago.
A friend of mine said, this is crazy and I'm all in. And that was my introduction to Bitcoin. We have 2 computers running everything.
Now Bitvest runs a mini mining operation he set up in his basement for him and a partner. What's your monthly electricity bill now? Bitvest provides the power.
It was close to $500, and that's when we had most of these black ones online, not quite all of them, and it's going to be continuing to climb.
His partner provides most of the computers. They cost between $1,500 to $5,000 and will likely become obsolete in about 2 years. How much does he pay you for this space? Do you mind me asking?
When it was just the black boxes, it was $1,000 a month. And then I charge $250 for each of these other big ones.
Because these obviously... Now Bitvest is a minority shareholder in this venture. It produces just about 1.2 Bitcoins a day, which could gross over $260,000 a year if Bitcoin was trading above $600. Of course, we know now that is a big if, given the volatility in Bitcoin's price. And then you have to figure in the cost of the computers and the power to run them, which can run you a lot of money. 1,100 miles south in Austin, Texas.
Temperature sensors on each aisle now.
Emmanuel Abiodun and his partners are also profiting from mining Bitcoin.
Financial revolution that we've needed in hundreds of years. We've had revolutions with the internet, we've had everything, but we've never had something with regards to money.
Abiodun is CEO of a mega mining firm called Cloud Hashing. This year alone, the former programmer for JP Morgan expects Cloud Hashing's nearly 3,000 computers in Dallas and Iceland to produce $100 million worth of Bitcoin.
Right now, Bitcoin mining is profitable at the price of $600 a Bitcoin. At $200 a Bitcoin, we're still profitable.
The company is less than 2 years old, and it became a big business based on a simple premise. Clients buy contracts ranging from $1,000 to $1.5 million, and in return, get a cut of the Bitcoin mined.
We have customers who are essentially high net worth individuals who just don't have the time or have the expertise to be able to manage it. We have businesses, business owners.
Cloud Hashing is one of the hundreds of startups that are part of the Bitcoin uprising, a revolution Abiodun didn't buy into at first.
I thought Bitcoin was a scam back then.
What changed your mind?
I looked at the code, and from that point, I just deemed this thing is solid, this is well written. I mean, this thing is going to really solve a lot of problems.
Based on the contract you purchased?
Along with mining, the program offers Cloud Hashing another way to make money, processing Bitcoin payments. You're the middleman.
We're the middleman. If you have a Bitcoin account, or Bitcoin wallet as it's called, for you to send a payment to somebody else, a miner needs to process that. Now, when you make that payment, you have the option as a payer to add a fee to that, to pretty much facilitate the transaction or to encourage me to process your payment faster.
Right now, those fees are low, lower than a credit card payment or a money transfer. It's a big reason so many love the idea of Bitcoin. The challenge? Keep the fees low in the face of higher costs, like the power to run the computers and potential regulation, which Abiodun thinks is needed to get more people to use Bitcoin.
Probably people want to stone me for saying that, but I do believe the lack of regulation is holding a lot of money on the sidelines. If people have a clear path to what exactly they can or cannot do, what the tax implications is or isn't, then they're more inclined to make a decision on purchasing or not purchasing.
This new age currency may need to bend to old world rules to gain greater acceptance today.
This is a global phenomenon.
Businesses can deal with regulation. What business can't deal with is uncertainty.
We'll have that story coming up next.
Bitcoin at 560. Anybody selling?
It does not meet the test of a currency.
As a currency, it's beautiful.
It's not a store of value.
It's a great store of value.
There is a battle waging, and Barry Silbert, a Bitcoin investor, is on the front line. His mission? Open a Bitcoin exchange and do it fast.
As Wall Street and financial institutions look to get involved in the space, they really need to be able to tap into an exchange that's set up in a way that is known and trusted to them.
Silbert's moving fast because Bitcoin's price has skyrocketed. With over $6 billion worth of Bitcoin out there, investors are buying in, and businesses like Silbert's want to help them grow their stash and spend their riches.
I believe that this is the year of Wall Street with Bitcoin.
Silbert earned his street cred as CEO of Second Market, an online platform that trades illiquid assets. More recently, he and his partners launched the Bitcoin Investment Trust, a kind of Bitcoin mutual fund for high net worth clients.
In the 4 months since launch, the BIT's assets under management have grown to over 70,000 Bitcoin, which is approximately $60 million at today's price.
Now he's set his sights on opening the first regulated Bitcoin exchange here in the U.S., even though regulation isn't always welcome in the world of Bitcoin.
Regulation gives some people a sense that they're in a secure environment, but to others, regulation signals that the environment is unsafe.
Jim Harper advocates for the Bitcoin Foundation, where he juggles the conflicting agendas of the Bitcoin faithful. On one hand, he represents the interests of entrepreneurs like Silbert.
I used to think that government intervention or incumbent banks pushing back was going to stifle the growth and the innovation, and actually I'm seeing quite the opposite.
At Bitvest, we welcome government regulation of Bitcoin. We expect to see more regulation as Bitcoin becomes more popular. Just as the internet prospered and became a part of our lives and gave rise to so many new businesses, Bitcoin will do the same. Overall, it will help the entire economy grow because it has so many advantages.
Imagine a world without cash. These people aren't just fantasizing about it, they're living it. Welcome to the world of digital currencies, where Bitcoin, not cash, is king. Behind the Bitcoin uprising, a belief Bitcoin will disrupt the global financial system, giving consumers a faster and for now cheaper way to send money around the globe, all without the oversight of a central bank.
I thought it was really interesting to see people take currency back.
Your 570 bit?
Bitcoin believers placing their trust in the math protecting and directing the Bitcoin system. But what exactly is Bitcoin? It's a digital currency created by computers and stored online. You can't hold it in your hand. Computers, called miners, produce Bitcoin every 10 minutes by solving complex math problems. Once mined, Bitcoin can be sent instantly anywhere in the world from one digital wallet to another. Transactions are nearly anonymous, as wallets are identified only by a string of digits, not a name. And to keep the players honest, each transaction is assigned a number, posted, and then verified on a public open-source ledger called a blockchain. Supply is fixed at 21 million Bitcoin, and it's the miners, not central banks, that manage supply. So far, 12.5 million Bitcoin have been mined, worth over $6 billion. But who decides what a Bitcoin is worth? The people. Buyers and sellers name the price. Bitcoin's price took off in April of 2013, when the Cyprus financial crisis sent citizens scrambling for another place to put their money. Many put it in Bitcoin. The result? Bitcoin's value skyrocketed. Compared to a respectable return of 105% in Facebook stock last year, Bitcoin surged 55 times that, up over 5,400%.
The primary mission of Bitvest is to mine bitcoins, to discover and create our own wealth, just like mining for gold. Bitvest's mining operation will be very similar to the one you see in this next section, except we will be manufacturing our own hardware.
A new virtual gold rush is underway, and this is the equipment the miners are banking on to make them rich. Bitcoin is a virtual currency that is making headlines, and it's making investors millions of dollars.
We're probably making right now about $8 million a month in Bitcoin.
We agreed to keep his location a secret because he's making a lot of money.
Are you doing okay? Oh, yeah, I'm doing fantastic. Yeah, I'm a smiling guy right now.
When we were there, he said his rigs were making $8 million worth of Bitcoin a month. In the Bitcoin world, that's a staggering amount.
It's like watching money get made.
We are arriving at a day where something electronic can threaten traditional money.
What you're talking about right now is for the next 3 to 5 years, an unbelievably better store value. It is gold 2.0.
Will have 100% complete control over their own money. It's the first time in the entire history of the world in which something like that's existed.
Cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is the first example. I believe they're going to change the world.
This is the time where people should be trying really big, crazy things.
Bitcoin has created a worldwide digital economy that every country has been involved with, and it's expanding every single day. Now the miners have only mined half the Bitcoins. People are not going to walk away from their investment and over 8 million more Bitcoins. As it becomes easier to use Bitcoin, more and more people will use it. The more people who use it, the more value the Bitcoin network will have. It's become apparent that the U.S. is going to allow Bitcoin. They just need to figure out how to manage it. As long as there is motivation for the miners to keep mining, they'll continue to do so in order to maintain the network. This year, 2014, an ETF may be created for Bitcoin that allows it to be traded on the New York Stock Exchange. If this happens, we predict an enormous rise in the price of Bitcoin. We'll see the price go up and down, but we predict that at some time this year, we'll see prices over $1,000 per coin. Bitvest is founded on the proposition that, like the internet, Bitcoin is here to stay. If you believe that too, Bitvest is the perfect opportunity for you to get in on the action early, while the opportunity is still so profitable.